At age 10, this boy had already memorized the entire Quran. By 14, he'd out-argued his own teachers. By 18, he was treating a king because everyone else had failed, and only he knew why. His name was Ibn Sina, and the method he used to learn faster than anyone around him still works today. Here's the thing about Ibn Sina. Most people call him a genius and leave it there, like his brain just came preloaded. It didn't. He was obsessive about how he learned, not just what he learned. In a world with no printing press, no search engines, no highlighting a PDF, he built a personal system for absorbing entire fields of knowledge and never letting them go. He wrote it down, and buried inside his own writings are 3 techniques that explain exactly how a teenager became one of history's most complete minds. Here's the first thing that made Ibn Sina different. He memorized before he understood. That sounds backwards. We're taught to understand something first, then remember it. Ibn Sina flipped it. He'd memorize a text, dense, difficult, sometimes something he didn't fully grasp yet, and only afterward go back and wrestle with the meaning. Why does this work? Because once the words are locked in your memory, your brain keeps chewing on them in the background, even when you're not actively studying. Ibn Sina described rereading Aristotle's Metaphysics 40 times until he had it memorized completely, and admits he still didn't understand it. Then, almost by accident, while reading a commentary by another scholar, everything clicked at once. The memorization did the heavy lifting. The understanding just needed a spark to catch fire. But memorizing text is only step 1. The real transformation happened in what he did next. Ibn Sina had a strange nightly ritual. When he hit a problem he couldn't solve, a medical question, a philosophical puzzle, he wouldn't force it. He'd pray, then deliberately go to sleep on it. He wrote that answers would frequently appear to him in that space between waking and sleeping, or in dreams themselves. Today we'd call this sleep incubation, and modern research on problem solving actually backs this up. Your brain doesn't stop working when you close your eyes. It keeps rearranging the pieces you fed it during the day, often finding connections your conscious mind was too tired or too rigid to see. Ibn Sina wasn't waiting for magic. He was using exhaustion strategically, pushing himself right to the edge of a problem, then handing it off to a part of his brain that worked while he rested. He trusted his sleeping mind as much as his waking one. That's not mysticism, that's method. And here's where it gets even more surprising, because his hardest lessons didn't come from books at all. By his late teens, Ibn Sina wasn't just studying medicine. He was practicing it on real patients with real consequences. No cushioned classroom, no years of theory before contact with reality. He treated the ruler of Bukhara after the court's senior physicians had already failed. Think about the pressure in that room. A teenager walking in where trained doctors had given up. And it worked, because Ibn Sina had trained himself to move fast between memorized knowledge and live application. He didn't separate learning mode from doing mode. Every case was both at once. This is the piece most people miss about mastery. It's not built in isolation. It's forged under stakes. Ibn Sina learned medicine by being handed real consequences early. And that pressure is exactly what turned memorized theory into usable skill. If stories like this are the kind of thing you want more of, this channel is exactly where you should be.